Every fire alarm system starts out as something called a protected premise. Once we have off-site monitoring of that fire alarm system, the type of system is going to change. What we are going to be looking at today and taking the next 2 minutes to learn more about is how we are getting that signal off-site, what the communication methods are. And that's exactly what it is. How does the panel communicate that information to the monitoring facility? Well, within NFPA 72, there are several different methods that are recognized by code. Some of these methods are no longer regularly used, and some of them are only allowed to be used with certain exceptions. The very first method that we look at is through a DACT, or Digital Alarm Communicator Transmitter. So the DACT will be utilizing the telephone lines to send its signal. Upon activation, there's something called line seizure, where the DACT will seize the line and send its signal to the supervising station. Prior to 2013, you could utilize two phone lines. However, after the 2013 edition of code, your secondary path has to be either one-way radio, two-way radio, or performance-based options. One-way radio is going to be through the use of radio frequencies. And with one-way radio, it is unsupervised communication. So in order to be able to have the best signal being sent out, the transmitter from the protected premise has to be able to reach at least 2 repeaters to continue that signal on. Just in case something happens on the first signal out, the signal is still going to be reached to the monitoring facility. Now, two-way radio also utilizes radio frequencies. However, this is supervised transmission. The transmitter only has to hit one repeater, and from the repeater will send its signal to the monitoring station, which then will send a signal back through those same avenues to the protected premise. Performance-based options, well, we've got a few. Performance-based options is just an umbrella term for different technologies that are not actually in the code just yet. And the first one we're going to look at is IP communication, or the use of internet. So signal will be sent to the IP communicator. From there, it goes off into the internet, hits the internet connection, goes to the intermediary facility, and then is dispatched to the monitoring station, all through the use of the internet. The next method that we see that is performance-based is going to be a cellular communicator. And just like how we all use our cell phones, that's exactly what happens. The panel will send its signal to a cellular communicator, which will then utilize the cell towers to send its message to the monitoring facility.